What is going on, everyone? Riddict here, and welcome to Off the Shelf Airguns. Today we have the Umarex Emerge. Now this is, like the Gamma Swarm and guns like that with the multi-shot magazine break barrel action. This is the 22 caliber. And what I like about it a lot is, clearly, it comes with open sights. It does come with a 4x32 scope as well, but it does come with open sights. As you can see, fully adjustable. Okay. It is all polymer, but it feels really solid. And the grips on this are real nice. I really like the grips on these. I mean, you really get a nice grip on this. It's kind of heavy. It's probably around 7 pounds or more, give or take. You got your pick rail there on the top. And once again, forward safety in front of the trigger. Nice rubber butt pad there on the stock. They do claim up to 1,000 with alloy and somewhere in the 800 department with lead. And these are all claims that are right on the box, which is nice. Of course, this is just a first impressions video. We're not going to get into all that today. I just wanted to kind of bring it out here and take a look at it. Plus, I'm going to give you a sneak peek at what's to come around here. I think you're going to like it. It does take quite a bit of effort to break this down. So just keep that in mind. It's probably one of the more difficult break barrels I have as far as how many pounds it takes to break it down. But the one thing I will say about it, the magazine, which is right here, and I don't like that you have to do this, but you do have to break it down a little bit to get the magazine out. Okay. However, with that said, I do like the magazine because it's all metal. So it has a lot of weight to it. There's a lot of weight to this magazine. Very nice. So here's the magazine. Okay. In order to load it, this front piece is a thin metal piece. Rotate it like this, and it comes off, as you can see. Okay, obviously I have some in there already. But then you line up the things, put it back on, and there's 2 arrows that when you put it back on have to be pointing at each other. Okay? Now you'll see on the back here, this is how it slides on. But there's a problem with that. It's not very consistent. There is a little magnet here to catch it, but when you put it on, a lot of times it doesn't want to go the whole way on. You have to make sure your metal slider on the front is lined up perfect or else it won't go on. That's one thing I noticed. You got to put it on, you got to make sure that little metal slider on the front, that circle metal slider, is perfectly straight or else it's not going to go on the whole way. And if it don't go on the whole way, you might do this and bring it up, and it's gonna cut right into that metal behind it. Not the best design in the world, folks. I don't know what they were thinking there. Hopefully they can come up with some sort of improvement on that down the road, but absolutely not the best design. Now, if you just do what I said, make sure your metal slider is lined up. Don't force it. It should just slide right in, no problem, and you'll know because it'll be almost touching your rear sight. It'll be like a hairline away from it. Okay, and the magnet will grab a hold of it a little bit there. But you'll know when it's seated properly. You want that to be flush. But that little slider on the front is the reason, just if it's off by just a tiniest bit, it's not going to go on the whole way. And if you're like, oh, I got it on there, because it's going to feel like you got it on there, and you go like this to bring it up, it's not going to close all the way, and you're like, why is it not closing? And if you force it, it's going to cut right into that metal behind it and mess things up, okay? When you have it on there, it should close, no problem, just like that. All right? So just keep that in mind, folks. I'm gonna break it down. Oh my goodness. It's tough. It's tough. You know, the Black Ops snipper riffle is a tough one too, but I'd say this one's probably tougher than that. But yeah, just keep that in mind. It's a tough one to break down. We're just gonna shoot a bottle here, maybe. Ha! How about that? Right on the money. So, yeah, just keep that in mind about the magazine. I'm not a big fan of how that is. I love the fact that it's all metal, but I don't know, the way it's designed, I don't like that you have to do this to get it out. I don't like that. And I don't like how the design here is kind of wonky, and I figured it out and I'm okay. Now, people are going to buy this and they're going to try to do this and try to hammer it shut, and it's going to mess things up. So just let it be known that this design, not the best thing in the world. I think aside from that, which is, you know, it bothers me, but aside from that, and aside from the caulking effort, which is quite a bit, it's still not a bad rifle at all, especially for the price. It hits right where right where you're looking, no problem. We are going to get into a lot of more deeper diving into this, of course, down the road. This is just the first impressions. My first impressions are I really like it, except for the magazine design, and it does take quite a bit of effort to caulk this thing. All right, nothing I can't handle, but a lot of folks out there are going to be like, "Wow, it's a beast to caulk this thing." So, anyway, now we're going to go take a sneak peek at what's to come around here. I think you're going to like it. So here we go. We are in a different location today. We're down here at my firearms range. Still on my private property, but we had to come down here if we're going to get out any further than 35 yards. Now, I haven't been down here in a while, so this really needs cleaned out. Really could use a cleaning. Ha! How about that? Getting cleaned up now. Nothing a little bulldozing can't fix. But yeah, check that out. We're getting the range cleaned up. We're gonna get it back in order, because we're definitely gonna need it going forward for everything I plan on doing. Upgrading everything around here. Advancing to the next level. But as you can see, I did bring down the black diamond gong. It's way out there. That's about 70 yards where it's sitting right now, and we can get up to almost 100 down here. Won't be no problem to do some long distance testing down here, as well as among a bunch of other things. But let's go for a walk here. I'll show you what's going on, what my plans are, all that good stuff. Walk over to the area to which will be the backstop of everything. There's going to be targets all along this. We're not anywhere near done finishing this up, so it's going to be a little bit yet. So there it is. And this is looking back the other direction. Gonna be real nice to get this back in order. Like I said, used to be my firearms range. It's been years since I used it, so it was really filled in and everything else with trees and all that. Knocked a few of those down. Got things cleared out here, nice and wide. Gonna have a nice range going. Of course, this will be, what we have here will be built up a lot more higher with dirt and logs and everything else for backstop. That way, if I do want to bring some of my modern firearm counterparts down here, it won't be a problem. So yeah, excited to finally get this cleaned up and back in service. Not quite there yet, but made some good progress. Just wanted to keep you guys updated on what the future plans are here for the channel. Upgrading and advancing. We're just going to keep on moving to the next level. Back in here is kind of where it ends. This is where we'll be setting up shots. We are going to have, you know, a lot closer things and farther things. Like I said, there's going to be targets all along there. various yardages. But when we really want to get that long distance shot, now we got to come back in here, and this is about where we're going to be setting up for the very long distance stuff. All right, you didn't think we were going to come down here and not shoot something, right? Even though it's not ready yet, we're always going to do something around here. So I'm sat up here. We are about 65 to 70 yards away from the black diamond gong there. We're going to see what the Umarex Emerge can do if we're just even hitting something at that far, right? Here we go. This thing does take a man-sized effort to cock, we'll say that. As I said before. See what happens. Ha! Oh yeah. No problem at all. Love it. Oh. Yeah, I can't wait to have this all done and finished, and we're gonna be rocking and rolling down here. Oh yeah, not a problem. Be very curious to see what kind of groups we can get once we get down here to do that. We're not gonna get around to that until everything is finished up. We're gonna wait till we're finished. It's not gonna take much longer. We're working on it here. But yeah, very happy to get this cleaned up and put it back into service. It's been a while. Figured, you know, since we're rocking and rolling on the channel now, we're gonna have to keep advancing and going to the next level. So having this range down here is gonna be part of that for sure. But yeah, hitting the black diamond out there at almost 70 yards with this, not a problem at all. That's a good sign. Might as well give it another shot. Oh yeah. Ha. Man, I'm happy about this. I've been wanting to do this for a while, procrastinating about it. Saying I'm gonna get down here and clean this out, then I don't do it. But we're doing it now. We're definitely doing it now. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome when it's all finished up. Like I said, we're gonna have targets all along here at various locations, at various yardages. Once again, we'll be able to go back that way even further so that we can get up to a 100-yard shot and really, really put these things to the test, have a lot of fun with it, do a lot more entertaining things, having a nice, good range to use. Oh yeah. Ha, patang. The old 70-yard patang. We gotta do it again. We gotta do it again. Oh yeah. Man, this is not a bad gun at all. Not a bad gun at all. The Umarex Emerge. Like I said, the caulking effort is pretty heavy. It's definitely not going to work out for a younger individual. You will have to help them. It is probably one of the harder break barrels I have to actually break down. The gamma swarms and stuff like that are not even, they're probably half the effort. So keep that in mind. When we talked about the magazine, there's problems there. I mean, it's not perfect. So I don't know what they're going to do about that in the future. Hopefully something. But yeah, we can sit here and figure out the little fine tuning to get it on there the right way each time. But for a lot of people, they're going to sit there and be like, why isn't it going on? You know, not the most clever design in the world on this magazine, but if you just do what I'm showing you, okay, and make sure your little wheel there is perfectly aligned, kind of set it in there first, see where you're at, and don't do anything until you're sure that that's on there, and you'll know because there's a little magnet, and then it'll be almost touching your rear sight. So, I mean, it's going to be like a hairline away from touching your rear sight, and you'll know it's seated properly. And you can put this up easily and know if you're lined up. So, yeah, don't jam it, don't force it. But yeah, so there you go, the Umarex Emerge, plus a sneak peek of what we got going on down here. New range is coming along nicely. We're moving on to the next level around here, folks. So, with that said, catch you all down the road.